It's RPG A Day 2022, and I am going to finish the entire RPG A Day today. It is Monday, August 29th, and I will go ahead and cover Tuesday the 30th and Wednesday the 31st in this video. I have a lot to get done. I have some travel to do the next couple of days, so I want to get this video up and finished. My goal was to finish RPG A Day this year, and I am proud to say I have done it, and I've been able to do it on a daily basis. I had one or two where I did multiple answers in one video, but I'm grateful that that I'm here and I was able to get it all done this year. So here we go, and it's kind of sad because I always enjoy RPG A Day as a participant and as someone who likes to hear what my peers and my colleagues have to say about their experiences and their opinions, etc. I like to contribute because I like to think critically, and I like to reflect and observe what it is about my experiences and things like that. So I'm always interested in dialogue, conversation, reflecting. It's just part of who I am. I'm a curious guy, and I like the process of how we do this thing and how I evolve or change or reflect on being, you know, I like to live an aware life, aware of what's going on as opposed to just plodding through and never thinking, right? Okay, Monday, August 29th. Who would you like to see take part in RPG A Day? Honestly, the reality is here, and this is just something that is nigh impossible probably to achieve. It would be ultimately to get new players and GMs involved. It would be, I want to hear what first year or less noobs are experiencing. I want to hear their take. I would love to see them reflect on why they got involved and what their early experiences have been and whether they're enjoying it or whether they're frustrated or what are they getting in their first year from their experiences in the hobby. It would be so cool to hear what noobs, to actually get that information from new gamers would be kind of fascinating. Nobody was around when I was 8, 9, and 10 to ask me what was going on. I was so young, I would have said, screw off. I'm going on a bike ride. I'm going to go, I'm going fishing. But that's young. I mean, you get these uh, um, young players in their 20s or whatever for the first time buying the books and daring to DM Dungeons and Dragons or go to their buddy's house on a Saturday night and sit down with strangers or friends and play D&D for the first time, whatever. I would love to hear after 3 months or a year whether they're still playing, whether they liked it, what was, would be fascinating. But again, how do you target just that group? And, that would be the ideal for me to hear the responses of those individuals in 2023. Okay, August 30th, Tuesday, August 30th. What should RPG do for the 10th anniversary next year? Well, seeing as how I don't believe my answer for the 29th is practical in any way, shape, or form, I would be, this is going to be controversial, I would be exclusive. I would get 31 veteran community, 31 veterans in our community to commit to answering a question per day of the week. So I would get them early. So they would commit, and they would agree to do a video that is 5 minutes or less. They could then, of course, put that video up on their channel. They could give that video to the organizers, and then they would post those videos and tag those videos. But it would be literally exclusive. I would invite 31 different veterans that have been in the community and that are veterans or writers or artists, somebody to answer a question. So an example would be RPG A Day 2023, August 1st, would be asking the gentleman behind the idea to answer that question. Why did you do RPG A Day? August 2nd would be, Runeslinger. How did you get involved in contributing to the project for the last 10 years? August 3rd might be Samwise 7. Tell us about the RPG Brigade from back in the day and how did that happen? And because Sam was the first video I found on YouTube, and he was his entire attitude, Tim, and how he went about things really inspired me to make videos. And that I believe the community was very accepting because of one guy, Tim. And that may not have been true, but Tim was a great ambassador via YouTube for a guy like me. So I owe my entire, hey, I could do this because that guy's really nice, friendly guy. So wouldn't it be cool that we would focus on not 1,000 people contributing 31 answers every day, trying to track it and watch it and follow it, but what would it be like if every day we tuned in to hear what that one particular person, the question, for instance, August 9th might be somebody in the community that is D&D 5e, and the question might be, why D&D 5th edition? You got 5 minutes to explain to me why this is your game. August 13th could be an artist from Triple Ace. What inspires your art? What made you, whatever the case. I don't know. I don't know a lot of these people, but I would love to hear them answer one question that we could all tune into and hear that answer. So it would be controversial, and then I would be saying, let's make it exclusive. Pick 31 people to commit beforehand. They are provided with their question. They can then submit the video on their channel, or they could submit the video 5 minutes or less to the organizers, and then that would be posted, and it could be posted in multiple links or ways out there in the online via the tags, right? Okay, so long answer to a great question. What should they do for the 10th anniversary? Yeah, and maybe those 31 individuals that you get to agree to answer their one question on that day should have been involved in RPG a day at some time in the last 10 years, right? So I think that would be very, very cool. Okay, this is it, August 31st. This is Wednesday. Again, I'm wrapping this up because I'm going to be away for a couple of days, so I wanted to get all this done, and this will be the first time I've been able to finish RPG a day since 2017. August 31st. When did you first take part in RPG a day? Well, I've been on and off of YouTube for about 12 years. I think it was 2010 when I first came onto YouTube and began to share recaps of my local Labyrinth Lord sessions and began to talk about my experiences, etc. So I've been on and off YouTube over the last 12 years, probably 2 or 3 times. I prefer YouTube and I prefer video as how I share my thoughts and my observations. So I've always used YouTube to do this type of thing. But when did I first take part? I believe it was 2015. I know in 2016 I completed the project, and I know in 2017 I completed the project. 2018, I was not able to complete the project due to personal tragedy. And then 2019, I'm not certain I was around for 2019. I can't remember. And then of course I started in 2021, and so I've been sporadically involved with RPG a day for, I would say, the last 7 years or so. I don't recall being involved in 2013, 2014, 2015, but I might have made some videos. I might have, but 2016 I know I completed. 2017 I know I completed. So I had 2 years there where I was really pretty active, and then I left for a while, and I've been on and off active. So I want to say thank you to the organizers. This has always been one of my favorite subjects, one of my favorite times. Why? Because I love to hear what my peers and colleagues have to say about these answers. It's always fun to hear their take. And it always gets me thinking, and I love to reflect. I love to think. I like to contemplate my navel when I have nothing else to do. So this has always been good. I get a little overwhelmed because I cannot keep up. Whether I'm trying to find blogs to read blogs, or whether I'm trying to find videos, and I'm not on Facebook, so many of these things may be on Facebook or tweets. I don't know, but I don't do any other social media, so therefore a lot of it I miss out on. but I like to contribute, and I like to support the people I subscribe to and watch theirs, and try to comment and try to reflect on what they're saying, and it's it's community. It's part of that thing that we share, right? The one thing you can say about role players is we are social, and we are opinionated, and we are a vast and diverse group of human beings who have had an amazing thing I've learned in my tenure with dealing with gamers from all over the world is we can share incredibly close origin stories, but be really different people and evolve to different places. It's also remarkable to think, wow, we all started, and many of us started in very similar stories, and but our experiences, as similar as they are, vastly different. Yet we all have that story of the first time we opened up that red box, and the first time we began to run tables, or we first were invited to play. And it's great to share and to know we share these things, yet we are still, in a way, it's very unique for all of us. So when did you first take part in RPG A Day? I can say for a fact 2016. I might have done some in 2015. I cannot remember. So anyway, thank you again this year for all those involved in the project. I know this cannot be easy to come up with 31 questions every year that are positive and inclusive, etc. I dare to be controversial and suggest next year it is exclusive, and so we in the community could tune in to hear from 31 individuals, 31 different questions. It would be fascinating. And then people could comment, right? How do I communicate in RPG A Day 2023? I'm going to tune in to the channel that's putting out the 31 videos that are all answered by a different individual every day. And then I contribute by putting a comment, or I contribute by doing a VR, a video response video. The August 6th guy might be the Dungeons and Dragons expert, and he gives some question about what it is he loves about D&D, why D&D, and why is he still playing D&D, and why does he contribute most of his hobby to one game. And you can comment, and then you might see people make response videos saying, that's been my experience with Dungeons and Dragons. That's why I love D&D. Who knows? It might inspire video responses to RPG Day 2023. So that's my take. Everybody out there, have a fantastic season. I will see you, hopefully, August 2023. I will see you in some capacity, and I'll hopefully be around making videos on and off here for the next year. So thank you. Have a great, great year.